You're sitting at your desk right now, maybe scrolling through YouTube on your phone. Everything feels normal, solid, predictable, and then, without warning, your phone slips from your hand, but it doesn't fall. It just floats there, spinning slowly in midair. You feel weightless. Your stomach lurches. You look outside and see people drifting upward like balloons released at a birthday party. Cars are tumbling through the air. Birds are flailing helplessly because their wings suddenly do nothing. Gravity, the invisible force that's been holding literally everything together since the moment you were born, has just stopped working, and you have exactly 1 minute before it comes back. Before we get started, check out the link in the description to download our ebook. Okay, let's be clear. Gravity can't actually just turn off. It's not a light switch. Gravity is a fundamental property of mass itself. Anything with mass creates gravity. For gravity to disappear, mass itself would have to disappear, and well then, we wouldn't exist to worry about it. But that's not the point. The point is to explore what this invisible force actually does. Because here's the thing, you've never experienced a single moment without gravity. Not one. It's been there your entire life, every second, quietly holding you, the oceans, the atmosphere, the moon, and even the sun itself in place. So what happens when the glue holding the universe together just vanishes? Even for 60 seconds. Let's find out. The moment gravity stops, everything changes instantly. You and every single person on Earth immediately start drifting upward. But here's the catch. You don't just float gently like you're in a swimming pool. You're moving at about 1,000 miles per hour. Why? Because that's how fast the Earth's surface is spinning at the equator. Gravity isn't just pulling you down, it's also keeping you anchored to a spinning planet. Without it, you keep moving in a straight line, tangent to Earth's surface, while the ground curves away beneath you. It's like when a car brakes suddenly and you lurch forward, except the car is the planet, and forward is up and sideways at ridiculous speed. Everyone near the equator goes flying eastward and upward. People near the poles experience less of this because Earth spins slower there, but they're still weightless and disoriented. Anything not bolted down, furniture, cars, animals, buildings that aren't anchored deeply, starts lifting off. And then there's the atmosphere. Air is matter. It has mass. And gravity is the only reason it stays wrapped around Earth instead of drifting off into space. The moment gravity vanishes, the atmosphere begins expanding outward, like someone opened the airlock on a spaceship. Within seconds, air pressure begins to drop. Your ears pop. Breathing gets harder. Not impossible yet, but noticeably thinner. It's like being instantly transported to the top of a mountain. And the oceans. All 1.4 billion cubic kilometers of water suddenly have nothing holding them down. Waves don't crash anymore. They just float upward in massive, writhing globules. Coastal cities are first swallowed, then evacuated as entire seas lift off the surface like some kind of apocalyptic magic trick. 15 seconds in, and Earth is starting to look like a shaken snow globe. Planes are in free fall. Well, technically, free float. Their engines still work, but aerodynamics mean nothing without weight. Pilots are desperately trying to keep their aircraft stable, but without gravity to create lift, wings are just expensive decorations. Passengers are slamming into ceilings, then floating helplessly. Satellites in low Earth orbit, they're fine actually. They were already in free fall. That's what an orbit is. But now, they're drifting slightly off course because Earth's gravitational pull was keeping them locked in their paths. 30 seconds, halfway through. The atmosphere is now critically thin. You're gasping for air. It's there, but spread out. Think of it like trying to breathe at the summit of Everest, except you got there in half a minute instead of weeks of acclimatization. Water droplets, dust, debris, everything is now floating in a massive cloud around the planet. Earth looks less like a blue marble and more like a fuzzy, chaotic orb of suspended matter. And here's something wild. Earth's molten core and mantle, the hot, goopy layers beneath the crust, are also held in place by gravity. Without it, there's no pressure keeping that magma compressed. The planet starts to decompress. Tectonic plates shift. Volcanoes that were stable hours ago suddenly erupt as internal pressure finds new ways to escape. Oh, and one more thing. Earth's rotation around the sun. That's also governed by gravity. Without the sun's gravitational pull, Earth stops orbiting and starts moving in a straight line through space at 67,000 miles per hour. In 1 minute, we've traveled about 1,100 miles away from where we're supposed to be. That might not sound like much on a cosmic scale, but our orbit is a delicate balance. We've just been kicked off course, and then gravity comes back. Everything that was floating instantly starts falling. You, me, 7 billion people, cars, water, buildings, all of it plummets back to Earth at the same time. And here's the worst part. You're not just falling straight down. Remember, you were also moving sideways at up to 1,000 miles per hour. When you hit the ground, it's not just a drop, it's a collision. People who were floating 100 feet up, they hit the ground at terminal velocity. People who were inside buildings slammed into floors, walls, ceilings, depending on where they drifted. It's catastrophic. The oceans come crashing back down. Imagine every tsunami in history happening at once, everywhere. Coastal cities are obliterated, not by the water leaving, but by the water returning. Billions of tons of seawater slamming back into place with the force of a meteor strike. The atmosphere rushes back inward, compressing violently. This creates shockwaves, supersonic winds, and drastic pressure changes. Your eardrums rupture, windows explode. The sky itself seems to scream, and Earth's position in space, we're now 1,100 miles off course. That might not sound like much, but orbital mechanics are absurdly sensitive. Our seasons would shift. Our year might be slightly longer or shorter. We'd need to recalculate every satellite, every space mission, every astronomical prediction. The Moon, by the way, has also drifted. Its orbit around Earth is governed by gravity, too. When gravity returned, the Moon's trajectory shifted slightly. Over time, this could destabilize its orbit. Maybe it drifts closer, maybe farther. Either way, the tides, which are caused by the Moon's gravity, are now unpredictable. In short, 1 minute without gravity doesn't just cause chaos during those 60 seconds. The aftermath is arguably worse. Billions dead, infrastructure destroyed. Earth itself knocked slightly off its axis and out of its orbit. 1 minute, that's all it took. So why does this matter? Because gravity is so constant, so reliable, that we forget it's even there. We don't think about it, we don't thank it, we just assume. But gravity isn't just the reason apples fall, or why you need to work out to fight flab. Gravity is the reason Earth is round. It's the reason we have an atmosphere to breathe, oceans to sustain life, and a moon to light our nights. It's the reason the sun burns, planets orbit, and galaxies hold together. Gravity is the silent architect of everything. And this thought experiment, ridiculous as it is, reminds us how fragile our existence really is. We live in a universe balanced on invisible forces we barely understand. Forces that, if they shifted even slightly, would unravel everything. So next time you drop your keys and they fall to the floor, be grateful, because that tiny, annoying moment is proof that the universe is still holding together. And let's hope it stays that way. Don't forget to hit that like button, notification bell, and subscribe for more science content.